we are going to make sense of this problem together first before we actually open up our book together. So, the question says, third graders at Brown Elementary School are raising money for the school library. The goal is to raise a certain amount of money, and they raise a certain amount of money each day for a certain amount of days in a row. So how much more money, M, is needed to reach the goal? So the M is going to be like in the last problem we just did, the unknown number that we're trying to solve. So to solve this problem, we're going to write an equation for each step. So what we're going to do is we're just going to forget about this right now, this bottom part. We're just going to leave that part out right now, and right now what we're going to try to do is just make sense of the problem, and we're going to solve this problem by writing an equation. So what do we know about this problem so far? So what is this problem telling us so far? Dane? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, so this problem, third graders are trying to raise money for a school library. What else do we know? Ethan? Yes, so the goal is to raise, they have a goal, they have a set number that they're trying to raise. What else, Leah? Yes, exactly. So they raise a certain amount of money each day for a certain amount of days in a row. Excellent. Okay. So now we are going to look at these numbers first before we go into the actual question in the book. So now with these numbers, let's try to make sense of this and try to make it into an equation. So just like we did in the last question, so in the previous question that we just did, we knew that we could have an equation that is 24 minus 15 equals t. So let's try to keep that in mind. And then now let's look at this question. So we know that the goal is to raise $10. So they raise $2 each day for 3 days. So how would we write that into an equation? It's going to be something similar to this, but it's not exactly the same. It's going to be different, but this is what an equation looks like. So I'm going to have you guys keep this up just to have for a reference. So go ahead and write that out in your whiteboards right now. I want you to think about it and think, how would we write this into an equation? Okay? So third graders at Brown Elementary School are raising money for the school library. So the goal, they want to raise $10. They raise $2 each day for 3 days in a row. So how much more money is needed for them to reach the goal? So how would we write this in an equation? I want you to work on that for a few minutes, and then we'll come together and talk about it as a class. Yes. You guys are going to use M for the unknown number. Excellent question, Leah. Yes, sure. So this gives us $10. So what do you get when you times these numbers together?
6.
So is that the number that we're looking for? So there's an unknown number. We need to figure out,